Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nuraqilah Binti Turing and my ID code number is 65566D13. And here today I will presenting the academic project entitled The Success Factor for Adopting the Green Industrial Practice in Johor Bahru. Next, for introduction, nowadays industrial growth is going ahead to environmental friendly practice to reduce the harmful impact on environment. Conventional building development consume 3 billion tons of raw material per year globally, and all these building materials necessitate a lot of energy, which must derived from fossil fuels, which are responsible for CO2 emissions. Malaysia has switched to a greener and more sustainable approach by applying a new concept of green industrial development such as eco-industrial park. Attentions. Green industrial practice recognizing the relationship between the natural environment and industrial activity demonstrated as an essential role in decision-making among industrial communities. Then for problem statement, the total amount of building contractor, developer, and other key players engaging in a green industrial building is considered to be quite low in this industry. And some modern building practice pay less attention to the built environment energy efficiency and also environmental effect during the entire building life cycle. There is a lack of knowledge of information regarding green building system, method approach, and cost of green materials among industry key players. Next, we move to the research objective, which is firstly is to identify the success factor that influence the adoption of green industrial building practice. For the second objective is to analyze the most significant success factor for the adoption of green industrial practice in Johor Bahru. And for scope of the study, the area of study will be located in Johor Bahru. And then for my target respondent research will be a developer, architect, and also engineer. Then the total target questionnaire will be distributed to 248 respondents. And then for type of the study, we'll be focusing on identifying the factor that influence the adoption of green industrial building practice and find the most success factor of green industrial practice in Johor Bahru. For the next slide, we move to the research methodology. It consists of a research designs, which is a quantitative method is used for the study. This method is distributed using a Google form survey. Academic project use a non-probability sampling. Then method of data collection using a primary resources, which is data obtained from questionnaire instrument, and secondary sources such as journal, book, report, thesis, government sources, and official publication. And then population and the sample size is total target population are from developer, firm, architect, and also engineer firms. And so sample size was determined by using the Morgan table, and then the total number of the sample size needed is 240. The research instrument that used is a questionnaire survey, which consists of the section A, section B, section C, and also section D. For data analysis approach, to be collected quantitatively, and the data analyzed by using a descriptive analysis using a software or statistical package for social science, and reliability and reliability will be analyzed by using a converged alpha method. For the next slide, it shows the data analysis by using a descriptive analysis for the factor success in green industrial building practice. First factor, it shows the government regulation and policy with a 3 main point, which is first point is publication of the National Green Technology Policy, which drive related party to embrace sustainable practice, show the highest mean value, mean score, and then followed with a same mean value is a two same mean value for the 2 point is the policy and regulation established by local authority are easy to comply, and then it can boost economic contributions and increasing the innovation in green technology development. Recorded the mean score is 4.27, its same value, and then from this 3 point I analyze and I get the average mean score is 4.29. Is the descriptive analysis for financial and tax incentive. The first point is number and incentive from governments have affect developer to involve in green development recorded the highest mean score with 4.18, and then followed by the support and incentive from governments reduce the burden to cover the cost of green material and its technology recorded the second highest with 4.15 mean score, and then the lastly government incentive provide a low risk and financial advantages for 4.13, and then for this point average mean score for financial and tax incentive was analyzed and get 4.1. The table show the competence of the project participant descriptive analysis, as it is important for a factor to ensure the successful in delivering of green project development recorded the highest mean score at 4.50. The score that we get for competence of project participant factor is recorded at 4.41. The descriptive analysis for technical and management innovation factor, and then the best technology innovation and strong performance in the industry can assist player in gaining an owner confidence, and the best project image recorded the highest mean score at 4.35. The average mean score that get for technical and management innovation is recorded at 4. The descriptive analysis for the certifications and reputations, it show the highest mean value is the building with which have a certified with GBI will have a special status compared than other kind of the buildings recorded the value 4.37, and the second highest is the utilizing green buildings rating system. It can be used to raise demand and awareness toward the construction project team member, and it will be impact for the developments recorded the mean value 4.33, and the lastly it can improve company image among firms involved in reputations of the business. Mean value is 4.24, and then the average mean score that I get is for certification and reputation is 4. This is the descriptive analysis for integration of the project teams. It show from the table the communication among project team members is important in order to make continuous improvement and resolve the problem, with mean score is highest for 4.40, and then the second highest is the good relationship between participants may cause effective interchange of project informations and integration of green building project activities, and then lastly support from near decision makers recorded the mean score is 4.19, and then the average mean score for integration of the project teams I analyzed, and then at 4.2. By analyze the data using descriptive analysis, I try to ranking the variable based on the average means, and the data finding that I get from the based on the most significant success factor for adoption of green industrial building practice in the Johor Bahru. Firstly, the competence of project participants, which the average mean value is the highest, and the second ranking goes to the technical and management innovations, and then for the third ranking is the certification and reputation, and then for fourth ranking goes to the integration of the project team, and then for fifth ranking is the government regulations and policy, and then for conclusion and recommendation, government regulations and policy, financial and incentive, the competence of the project participant, technical and management innovation, integration of the project team, and certification and reputations are the success factor that influence the adoption of green industrial. And then the most significant success factor for the adoption of green industrial building practice in Johor Bahru, firstly is the competence of project participants. As for recommendation, promotion of the green incentives should be stronger, and then designers should be given full power to implement of green element for a better green building performance.